on 3rd and 7. Plummer. And he makes the connection. Good enough for the first down, and Chris Rowland escapes a tackle, takes it into Dallas territory. Great run after the catch, and you mentioned that earlier, how good they are at that. 25 yards total.
They're the best in the UFL, and it comes down to timing, right? So when you get the ball out of your hand quickly, if you're Jack Plummer, he throws that before he's out of the break. It allows the wide receiver an opportunity to secure that ball and then work after the catch. And this is a beautiful job holding on, securing the football, and then spinning out of the tackle right there of a Jane A. Harris, number 5.
Reed won't get a chance to pass as he is sacked. So it'll be 3 and out to start the game. Isaiah Mack, the big man, bringing him down.
Nice rush from Isaiah Mack. He's the interior defensive lineman. He's going to first go to his right, and then he's going to work back to the quarterback right here. He gets the double team, just continues to work, finds himself at the quarterback, and Orlando is able to get a sack. That's not something that they were able to do last week. No sacks against Houston, only 1 in the last 2 games, so a great start.
With the wind at his back, puts it through, and just like that, he's now at 50%, 6 of 12 on the season, but more importantly, it gives the Renegades the lead, even though on 3rd and 7. Plummer on his tippy toes out to Rowland, and they move the chains again. Rowland leads the league in total yards, and he shows you why. Once again, good run after the catch.
Yeah, and he does a great job. Watch him move across the middle of the field here. He's just going to create some space, and then Plummer does a great job of just leading him out right out in front. That's a great throw in the middle of traffic in the pocket, and Rowland is doing a heck of a job.
Trying to get to the 28. Plummer going up top into the end zone, and is broken up. Good coverage made on the play by Chris Steele just in time.
Boy, they go for broke there, and there's a step. There's an opportunity here for Jack Plummer, but this is a tremendous job by Chris Steele to make up the ground and then get after that ball and tip it away. That was going to be a huge play. Man, I tell you, the extension.
Reed stepping up in the pocket and running. First down, nice slide by the quarterback. Another double-digit gain in what should be the final play of the first quarter. 12 yards on the run. And Austin Reed and Dallas trying to extend the lead here in this game from Fort Hood, United States. Here's Reed under pressure. Throwing on the run. What a throw. My goodness, Greg Ward with the catch, but man, what a toss by Reed, 13 yards.
I love that he kept his eyes downfield and leave it to a former quarterback to help out his quarterback, and that's what Greg Ward was able to do. So here's Reed, and he steps away from the pressure. Now he's on the outside, and you see Greg Ward. You see him work back to his quarterback. Great job. There's the eyes I was talking to you about. Eyes downfield, looking for a completion, and there's Ward.
Reed scores on the first one. They didn't need 2 downs to score. Emmanuel Butler with a touchdown reception, and the Renegades extend the lead.
Guys, check out this ball placement right here, because Emmanuel Butler has no space. He's working against Brandon Sebastian, and this ball is thrown so perfectly by Austin Reed in the right timing. Look, he just fires that at the back shoulder. Butler is able to just drop out of his route, and even though Sebastian's left arm is right there, he's able to corral that thing for a touchdown. That is great execution from a wide receiver and a quarterback to get in the end zone. Going to be an issue for Michael Lance, their kicker.
On 1st and 20, Plummer stepping up. Open in the middle of the field. Easy catch made by Cam Camper. 25 yards on a first down.
Yeah, great job by Plummer. Stepping up in the pocket, and then you see Camper on the outside. Now, Camper is 6'2", 198. And he just beats Sean Wade to the interior. They're running man coverage, and Wade just doesn't track him to the interior, and that's an easy pitch and catch. Beautiful job there, and in particular after that. Partially kicking into the sun, is that a problem?
And no problem. So with the wind in his back, that one sails through, and the Storm are on the board for the first time tonight. It's a 10-3 ball game as we come to you live from Fort Hood, Texas. Try and get off the snide. Reed under pressure, sacked second time tonight. And this time it's Delfarius Payne.
Good rush by these defensive linemen. You're going to see them all collapse on this interior of the pocket, and he wants to escape, Reed does, but you can see them just fall back into that sliver of an opening that was there, and they were able to get the sack. Great job by Payne coming back to the inside.
Seconds. Quarterback sneak, diving over his Plummer. Touchdown, Orlando. And the Gronk spike.
What a drive there. Great execution inside of 2 minutes. They're able to get that ball into the end zone. They'll get the kick to start the second half. We saw earlier Plummer did a really nice job on the quarterback sneak to go to his left and dive forward for the first down. Here he goes up and over the top, extends that football right when it hits the goal line.
On 3rd and 1, Plummer with the keeper, first down and more. There he is into the open field. Jack Plummer, the quarterback, not known for his running ability, but takes it all the way in for the touchdown. 71 yards of steady speed.
They use the formation again and the motion. Watch the motion right here. It's going to drag defenders out of the box. Then you get a route here. What does that do? Drag more defenders this way. They lead the tight end up along the left side. That's Sean Bowman. And then how about Plummer showing some speed, able to run away from a Jane A. Harris who tried to punch that ball out inside the 5-yard line. Plummer was high and tight. He's into the end zone. What a score and a start to this third quarter for this. They're pretty good.
Reed looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Downfield's got a man open, and it is caught. Seth Green with the touchdown for Dallas.
Come on, man. You fucking do it. Come on, man.
And the tight end with his first touchdown of the year. Hey, his dad stationed there at Fort Hood. That's my boy.
Coach Neuheisel said they had some stuff planned for Seth Green, playing in front of his dad here at Fort Hood. What a setting. They're always going to remember this. And this is a bit of a broken play. And again, Austin Reed, just as he did in the first half, is able to elude the rush, keep his eyes down the field. What a great adjustment by Seth Green. You see him just take off deep, and he was able to get down the field. Reed finds him for a touchdown. It looks like Orlando is challenging this play, probably some sort of potential holding call in the middle of that offensive line.
Dean, did you get that?
That is what they're challenging.
He's going to challenge holding on 52, which I believe is the left tackle.
It's holding of his number.
Yeah, of his 52. Yep. The left tackle is who he was going up against.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, so we're looking at this.
Corbin tries to follow him, and he does, into the end zone, and Orlando retakes the lead.
Let's go. Good job.
They have an extra offensive lineman in at tight end right here, and you've got Payne, the defensive tackle, and watch these blocks just opening up a little bit of a lane. What a great job. And then obviously Corbin keeping his legs underneath him, churning for the end zone.
First and goal from the 7. And that's KJ Hamler right into the end zone for the touchdown.
Right over to Cannon. You see the Cannon scared him as he goes in for the score. I tell you, Orlando has done such a good job of attacking this defense and the scheme that they're using. They're trying to run this man coverage, and it keeps biting him because he's just going to come around on a little bit of a jet sweep here. And as he gets the football, he just runs away from the defender trying to trail him, who's just too deep. But then here's the best part. Here he is. Score, I got a touchdown. Yeah, you bet. And then, that cannon went off right over
He suddenly remembered he was on an Army base.
Oh, that's great.
Play of the drive. Reed has the time, throws it high, and it is caught. Emmanuel Butler's second touchdown of the game, and it draws Dallas to within a score.
I love this concept here because they're going to attack this secondary knowing that these guys are going to sit with their heels on the goal line. They're going to run man coverage. So watch this safety right here. He's just going to sit with his heels on the goal line. You can get right over the top of him, and Butler's able to do that. You see, there's the squat, and then Reed just puts it up right back at the end line, and Butler is able to go back, get his hands on the football, and come down with it for a touchdown.
With the win, clinches a playoff spot. Reed. Intercepted. In and out of the hands of Baylor Cup. It bounced around, and Deion Jennings finally brought it home for the Storm defense.
Baylor! Baylor, my boy!
Drops have plagued Dallas all night. Mims dropped a touchdown. He dropped another one that would have been a first down. And here, Baylor Cup over the middle of the field, and it hits him right in the face mask. Ball gets tipped around. Deion Jennings is right there, and he picks it off. I mean, you can't execute that any better as a quarterback. The route was correct. He settles down across the middle of the field against zone coverage. Austin Reed can't believe